Okay, guys, happy Tuesday. The calls, and we're talking about the self-image today. We just had another person join the call. So I want to congratulate everyone that jumped on the call. And, for me, it's been a emotional ride. The reason I say that is because some of you guys are new to this business, okay? And it's okay. Like, the whole point about it is that you have to go through these challenges. Now, that's a paradigm as well, because when you actually start thinking this is difficult, then you're operating on that level of awareness. This is difficult. So, to try to get my idea into your subconscious mind, because that's where all the fun is, you have to understand that the subconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between a penny and $1,000,000. It doesn't know the difference between big or small. When you impress a big number into the subconscious mind, the circumstances, events start lining up to that number. Now, the number is up to you. I have a specific number. You might have a different number. And the secret is that you want something, but you don't know what you want. Okay, so let me explain to you what that means. What that means is that if I actually asked you, let's just say I'm going to pick on Vladimir, okay? Vladimir, if you could have anything you want, what would it be? Now, you could take yourself off the microphone and you could ask me. If you had anything that you wanted, what would it be? You could say something in the chat. If you're a little bit shy, we could maybe ask Gabrielle. Gabrielle, if there's anything that you wanted, like let's just say that you can have anything you want, what would it be? If you could have anything you want, what would it be? And you know what? Yesterday, I was listening to one of my friends. He's actually a consultant with Bob Proctor's office. Okay, Vladimir said, I would want health. Now, let me ask you a question, Vladimir. Are you struggling in your health right now? How is your current health situation? And you could just tell me in the chat. Now, I was talking to one of the consultants with Bob Proctor's office, one of my colleagues, and he was telling me, he's like, look, Ross, Bob asked me, he's like, what do you really, really want? And I thought I knew what I wanted, but I was totally off. Like when someone tells you that is successful, when someone successful sits down with you and you don't hear any noise, there's like in the Western movies where they're about to do a shootout, you hear no noise, and they're about to pull out the gun, they're about to kill themselves. There's no noise. That's what you're gonna need to have to figure out what you really, really want. Now, Vladimir, he says he's already healthy. Okay, well, that's great, right? But you want to maintain that healthy lifestyle, that the healthy working out, going to the gym, or maybe doing cardio, maybe eating right, eating the right food. Like me, I drink coffee in the morning, but I do not want to drink coffee right away. I might want to have a cup of orange juice, maybe some water, and then I'll drink coffee. We're all grown-ups here, right? You guys don't have to listen to me. But if you give me a chance, okay? If you give me a chance, I can literally change the way you think about life, because you have what's called a higher faculty, and it's called your perception. Now, when you change your perception, everything else will change. But we're like that horse. When we try to take a horse to drink water, the horse doesn't want to drink no water. We're like that old dog. You can't show an old dog new tricks. We're already set in our own ways. And once you're set in, once your feet are in the ground and you have roots on the ground, you can't grow because you already know what you need to do. At least you think you know. But when someone like me tells you that you're actually studying concepts that go back to Socrates, that go back to Alexander the Great when he took over the world, when Napoleon Bonaparte took over the world. How did they take over the world? Because they had a mentor. They had somebody telling them, focus on the image. Now, what is the image? A higher faculty. So let's leave logic to the side. Let's leave being realistic and putting your feet in the ground to the side. Let's leave doing the old way, what you were used to doing. Let's leave that behind. Let's talk about something new. Let's talk about an idea that can literally change your economy. What is that idea? That idea is any idea that's emphasized, that's repeated, that's taken over to the subconscious mind will begin to formulate itself in physical reality. Now, I have the habit of getting off the topic because this stuff is like transmutation of energy, crazy type of stuff. All right. It's like shit that doesn't make any sense. Right. Excuse my language, but I'm trying to communicate with you guys. So if it doesn't make any sense, then why are we talking about it? Well, all the scientists, all the people, all the experts are looking at what's in front of them. Okay. And what's in front of you right now is not what you want. Okay. This is where I'm trying to get to. You don't have to focus on what's in front of you right now with your lower faculty, which is your sight, because you have lower faculties. You can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. But then you have a higher faculty. You could use your imagination to create a beautiful picture, entertain it, hold on to the picture with your will, your concentration factor. You have a memory, you have perception, intuition, reasoning, and memory. Your memory is perfect. We actually did a video on memory. It was one of Napoleon Hill's chapters on Think and Grow Rich. So, what is it that you want? How much money do you want to make? What type of house do you want? Do you want to be happy, healthy, and wealthy? Because that's the name of the game. Okay? Happy, healthy, wealthy. And all you need is a pen. The reason I say that is because you are writing down your life as how you want it to be, not how it currently is right now. Are you having residual income? You heard Bob Proctor talk about the convention. Multiple sources of income. We have drop shipping, which I haven't even got into. We have Forex trading. We have cryptocurrencies. We have a network marketing business. Okay. So, what are you doing to grow your business? Are you building a website? Are you talking to 3, 4, 5, 10 people a day? Are you getting phone numbers, making phone calls, getting off your ass? As they say, my friend used to say, Goya, get off your ass, right? So, you as a millennial, as somebody that is basically brought into this world with debt because it's a debt based system, they keep printing more money. And in return, you keep losing money because you have a house, you have what's called depreciating assets. But that's what we see, what we see. And what we're talking about is not what we see, but what we can create. Because what we see right now is never going to make you a millionaire because the odds are not on your side. The odds are against you. So you're never going to get rich. That's what my dad said. You'll never make $20,000 a week. And there was a day where I was like, you want to see my bank statements? Check it out, Dad. I'm making $20,000 a week. But how did it happen? It happened because I grabbed a pen and I used the law of compensation. What is the law of compensation? Bob Proctor talked about it at the event. The ability to do what you do, the need for what you do, and the difficulty there will be in replacing you. Is there a need for what we do? Yes. Are people out of jobs? Yes. How much is the United States unemployment right now? 50%. Okay. Half of America is at home. Half of Europe is at home. Half of the UK is at home. People are at home. What are you doing at home? Zoom stock literally tripled, quadrupled, tenfold. So, yes, there is a need for what we do. Your ability to do it is the second principle. Your ability to do what you're doing right now. Do you have the ability to go the extra mile? And the difficulty there will be in replacing you, because you might be hard to replace. The money, the result, the lifestyle, the traveling is the expression of the thought from the energy. What is vibration? It's vibration is the second law. The first law, Christopher Terry talked about it, the perpetual transmutation of energy. Energy just is. Science and theology, they disagree on a lot of things, but they come to an unanimous decision on one thing. Nothing's created, nothing's destroyed. So that means everything you want is already here, but it's on a certain frequency. And you're never going to tap into the frequency until you control the way you think, until you control your vibration, until you control the feeling, because it's the feeling that connects you to the subconscious mind. Everyone thought is what we see. Oh my God, if you look at what you see, you're sunk, you're done, finish, finito, over, gone, bye-bye, see you later, because I'm going to pass you up. And there is no competition. The only competition, like Napoleon Hill says, is the one you set up in your own mind. Wallace Wattles, in the book, The Science of Getting Rich, he says that there is no competition. There's only creation. Because at the very core, at the very top, it just is. What is? Whatever you think. Because if you can think it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. That's called the law of gender. That's the seventh law. The seventh law that Wallace Wattles talks about, the law of gender. You see, we know what it is for a woman having a child is 9 months, but we don't know what a spiritual seed is. In your case, if you want to have a Chairman 10 status, a Chairman 100, P5000, it could take you 3 months. It could take you 30 years. Like John Canary, one of Bob Proctor's business partners back in the 70s, he says, there's a season to sow, there's a season to reap, but we don't do both in the same season. So you're going to keep sowing and sowing and sowing. I got into cryptocurrencies. I'm reaping because I've been sowing for the last 3 years. If anyone knows what Bitcoin and Ethereum is, then maybe you should go on your back office and find out a little bit more about it, because that's what we're doing. We're trading cryptocurrencies. And that's how you can bring people into your business. Hey, do you know that there's a new form of money? No, I don't. Well, then guess what? Give me your phone number. We could talk about it later on today. Maybe we can have lunch, we can have coffee, or we could do a Zoom call. Simple as that. I was talking to a 23-year-old. He actually showed me the tripod for my phone. I said, do you know what cryptocurrencies are? He says, no. The guy's 23. He's pretty much lost. Like they say, you're a little bit wet behind the ears, right? But it doesn't matter if you're 23. Bob Proctor got this at 27. I got this at 28, 29. Why? Because I almost lost my life. Because Napoleon Hill says that the biggest sin of mankind is failure to take possession of your own mind. Because if you took possession of your own mind, you could literally have anything you want, and you could have it in abundance. There is no difference between big or small. It's your perception that makes it so. Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill's student, mentee, Earl Nightingale was the biggest radio host back in the 70s. He trained Bob Proctor in these concepts and these practices and these principles. And Earl Nightingale, I love what he says. He says that the subconscious mind is like the dirt. It's immoral. You could plant nightshade, a deadly poison, and not even a 16th of an inch away, you can plant corn, a sweet food. It gives you what you plant. And you're basically the sum total of all your thoughts, because the energy is up here and all around you. But when you have a thought with your mind, because the mind is not the brain is in your skull. The mind is an activity, and it's thinking at a high speed vibration. It's moving. What keeps us together in the physical realm is gravity. Isaac Newton looked at it and he found out what gravity was. It's called the cosmic habit force. Google it. Find out what Napoleon Hill talks about, the cosmic habit force. Because it's that cosmic habit force that keeps us all together. But that thing that you're holding in your mind with your imagination is actually a place. And it's a place, and it's in a dimension. You can literally go there by changing the way you feel. That's why they say, I dream my painting, then I paint my dream. When they asked Van Gogh, why do you do so beautiful work? I dream my painting, then I paint my dream. So everyone was looking at gold on the outside, but the real treasure is in your mind. That's where all the fun is. Because if you're broke and you can't take a vacation, you could always go to sleep a little bit early and go there in your imagination. Anything you think about in your imagination is a place, which is a real hard idea to understand. And the more I tell you, the more it's going to sink in that everything you've been doing to this point was confusion. You've been what Ernest Holmes, if you ever Google Ernest Holmes or listen to his videos on YouTube, he says humanity is waking up. We've been living in a state of confusion because we weren't taught these principles when we were young. They told us, put the crayons away, stop using your creative faculty. I need you to get good grades, go to school, get a job, get ahead. Well, guess what? I have a degree in finance and investment management, and I almost died because I was depressed because I wasn't making the money that they said I was going to make. Like, when you go find a job, you say, how much does this job pay? Finance and investment management. Oh my God, you can make up to $500,000 a year as a broker. Well, let me go get my degree and go work for JP Morgan Chase. I sit down for the interview. They say, congratulations, son, you got the job. You're making $24,000 a year. Is $24,000 a year going to feed your family? I don't think so. And if you're making $24,000 a year right now, then guess what? You're going to have to work this business even harder because you're going to work this business day in, day out to build yourself a residual income where you don't need to clock into work. You don't need to ask your boss when you need to take a vacation. And most importantly, what you need is a pen and a blank sheet of paper so you can figure out how much money you want to make, because in this business, we have the tools, the vehicle to get you there. See, sometimes you find somebody in your life that can literally change your whole world, the way you think, because you were already set in your own ways. You didn't get this, like Ernest Holmes says. You've been living in a state of confusion. And I'm not saying, what I am saying is we're pretty much stupid. And excuse my language, but even though you get good grades, you don't understand that you're only thinking 30 seconds out of a minute. You can't hold a thought for more than a minute. William James was a professor from Harvard. He says the most you can ever hold your thought is 30 seconds, 60 seconds at the most. He says you think 60,000 thoughts per day. Out of those 60,000 thoughts, 59,000 of them ain't serving you because you're thinking about what you don't want. And you don't get what you want, you get what you fear. It's like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to pass the class. I think I'm going to flunk. Or I think I'm going to flunk. It's called a hypochondriac. I talked about that yesterday. Somebody that tells themselves they have a disease over and over and over again, like that story of Napoleon Hill with the lady that she said she had cancer on her left arm. 10 years later, she ended up in the newspaper. She died from cancer from her left arm. And if you tell yourself, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making millions of dollars in the I Am organization, then guess what? You're going to wake up one day and you're going to be making millions of dollars in the I Am organization. The only difference is how much work are you willing to put for your idea to transmutate into physical reality? How many times can you read the self-confidence formula by Napoleon Hill? Chapter 1, I know that I have the ability to accomplish my definite achievement aim in life. I here and now promise to render such action. I know that any idea that I persistently hold in my mind will be repeated and transmutate itself into physical reality. I will hold 10 minutes at night to producing myself self-confidence of the person I wish to become. I know that any idea can no longer endure if it's not built upon truth and justice. I here and now promise to render such action. How much actions are you taking? How many video calls have you been on with me? How many times have you been here? How many days the next day you're like, oh, screw that. I'm not going to listen to this guy. I'm not making any money right now. We're not dealing with right now, guys. If you're going to deal with right now, go back to work. Go back to work. That's how easy this is. This is not a get rich quick, but it's better than a get rich never. And I'm telling you because I'm the product of the product. I didn't pay $25,000 to become a Bob Proctor consultant and do a bunch of YouTube videos and get a certified certificate from the company for nothing. I did it because I made millions of dollars before I even paid the money to become a consultant. And I'm telling you right now, when you think you know, you don't know shit. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know shit. That's why I'm still following that old man right now. He's 86, 87. sitting next to me, looking at me like, man, this guy. I woke up in the hospital, I almost killed myself and someone else. Because of what? Because of failure to control my own mind. I took a job and basically slapped me in the face with 25,000 a year. I basically let somebody control my own economy. Telling yourself, humiliating yourself. I was cleaning toilets in boot camp, picking up garbage, getting smacked around by drill instructors. Because why? Because I couldn't control my own mind. And if you guys do not participate, if you guys do not want to become a better version of yourself, then guess what? The subconscious mind is programmed negatively and environmentally by what you seen, smell, taste, hear, and touch. Not too much smell, taste, hear, and touch, but what you seen and what you hear. Because all around you, you've been hearing, you're a loser. Your dad never made millions of dollars. Get your ass off your bed and go get a job. Stop listening to Bob Proctor. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop jumping on the calls for residual income. You're not going to become a P5000. You're not going to become a Chairman 10. The more they tell you you're not going to become, the more you got to break through to the next dimension, the next level. Because no one's going to know the pain that you went through, the suffering, the cold nights of sleep because you didn't have heat to heat your body up. Or when you were in handcuffs trying to get processed and getting a picture taken with freaking a brick wall behind you, and you have to pretty much kind of smile because you're getting a mugshot. And you can make a mistake. It's so easy to make a mistake. Easy to make them. You can lose your temper. You can make a mistake. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to control your mind? Do you want what James Allen calls in the book, losing my trail of thought here, but the book by James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, in the last chapter, it's called Serenity. How to control yourself, how to control the energy. You have to do, like Vladimir says, go to the gym, do something productive. That's what it's about. Making a big number look small. I grab a pen, I write in my palm, a couple million. I internalize the number. My outside world doesn't even affect me. I go to the restaurant, I spend what I want, I travel when I want, I move around when I want. Coronavirus, happy. Thank you, coronavirus. Great job. Making millions of dollars in a down economy. Great. While other people are wondering, what the hell is this guy doing? And is it really real? You're going to sit there and wait for me to make millions of dollars for you to question your own reality? For you to question whether you make a phone call or not and bring someone into your business? You're going to let me make millions of dollars? And you're just sitting there scratching your head saying, oh, well, what if it doesn't work? Guess what? Time is a valuable asset. And it is about time, money, and freedom. You want to create multiple sources of income. The company lets us do that. You just need to make sure you're doing the work. Trust me. The first law, the transmutation of energy. Energy just is. The second law, I'm going to make my own laws to you guys. All right. The second law, what are you thinking about? The third law, is it positive or negative? The fourth law, if it's negative, write it down. The sixth law, the fifth law, burn it. The seventh law, write down the positive, the opposite of the negative. The seventh law, keep practicing, listening to the positive, repetition of only the positive, only the positive. The eighth law, you're seeing what's in front of you and it doesn't match the picture of what you want. Don't worry about what's in front of you. Keep auto-suggesting that picture. Eighth, how do you feel? 9, do you feel good or bad? If you feel bad, then play a good song. Go play basketball. Go in a jacuzzi if you can. Go swimming. Go to the beach. Go to the ocean. Do things. Go to the park. Smell the aroma. Smell the trees. Smell the life. Give thanks. Live in a spirit of gratitude. Keep practicing the picture. Auto-suggesting. It goes into the subconscious mind. Your world starts to change. People start questioning your own sanity. Everything around you is changing. You're making millions of dollars. You don't even believe it. You're still the same person who you were. How long does it take? I don't know. That's up to you. It could take you 2 months. It could take you 3 years. But if you're on the calls every single day with me, it's going to take you maybe 2 to 3 months, because I'm going to study it and make you guys get this from the bottom to the top. Transmutation of energy, seventh law, law of gender. There's an incubation and gestation period for every seed. We know what it is for a woman having a child is 9 months. We don't know what a spiritual seed is. A spiritual seed could be 2 months. It could be 3 years. It's about taking action. Action, action, action. Then the outside world starts to change. Your economy, the money, the friends, the lifestyle, the residual income, your bank account, all that stuff. Because why? Because the energy is intelligent. You are intelligent. There was a scientist, a Russian scientist named Samian Kurlin. Bob Proctor talks about him. He perfected a form of photography called Kirlian photography, where you could actually see the mass leaving the body. It's called Kirlian photography. Google it. Samian Kurlin, Russian photographer. Back in the 30s, he perfected a form of photography where you could actually see the mass leaving the body. You have brain cells of recognition dancing all around you. You just need to impress them. So you have a thought, you have the energy, and you have the subconscious. Tomorrow, we're going to go into it. And I want to thank you guys for your time. Vincent's doing a presentation. And I feel like maybe I should bump down the time because we're going to need more time. And we're going to change the time around. And you guys message Ruta, message the WhatsApp groups, let your uplines know what you think, because you're going to need more time. 30 minutes is not enough time because we want to create a high amplitude of vibration so you could tap into the subconscious. Otherwise, you're going to stay broke. You're going to stay, I don't know if this business is for me, and you're going to give up. So we're changing the time, guys. Tomorrow it's going to be 11 o'clock, okay? I'm changing the flyer. I'm changing the times. And we're going to create our own economy, okay? And we'll talk tomorrow. Let me work on that right now for you guys because you guys are valuable to me. Your success is like number one, okay? And I'll work on that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Have a good one, guys.